We planned our program with two important goals in mind: to offer you timely and relevant sessions that respond to the unique challenges and opportunities experienced by airports in these difficult global economic times, and also to offer sessions that will help establish the airport agenda for the year ahead with new ideas and strategies for what should be a transformative year. Over the next few days, we'll cover a range of topics from safety, security, and technology to airport financing, strategic planning, and customer service. We have some terrific speakers in government and public policy lined up, and we'll also have sessions to update you and discuss environment and sustainability issues. And of course, please enjoy my favorite part of these conferences, the exhibit hall, to see and experience the latest technologies and trends from the companies that help us take care of our customers, passengers, and employees. And this week is not all work. We'll have a chance to enjoy ourselves at the social events planned for you in the coming days. We hope you'll have a chance to reconnect with some old friends and meet some new ones. Now, before I move to the next part of the program, I want to just take a moment to reflect upon the year we've had and look forward to what's in store for us and at ACI in the next year. Last year, when we gathered in Boston, we were there on the heels of some major economic events: a summer of spiking oil prices, liquidity crisis of AIG, the collapse of Lehman Brothers — I think those happened while we were actually in Boston — and credit markets that were closed to airports. Today, we continue to realize the depths of these declines and the effects that they and other financial events have on our economy. They went beyond our fears and speculation. The aviation industry has been hit hard, and hundreds of communities far and wide have been affected by the downturn. But airports still have to operate. We have to secure the perimeter, maintain the airfield. We have to strive to meet the needs of delayed or stranded passengers and pick up on customer service needs that airlines have left behind. Airports are the public face of aviation in our community. We can't decide to take our assets and fly them off to a different city at 500 miles an hour. We're part of the fabric of life in our towns and cities, large and small. There's no downtime in running our business. And I believe the industry needs its association more than ever when times are tough, and it's up to all of us at ACI North America to live up to this imperative each day. In 2009, we stood ready to meet these challenges. We succeeded in House passage of an increase in passenger facility charge limit to $7, and we'll continue to argue for an increase beyond that to $7.50 and have it indexed for inflation. We lobbied hard for stimulus funding for airports under the stimulus package, and while some may believe that the money that was made available to airports in the stimulus was inadequate, I can tell you, and certainly Angela can, that the United States was the only country I know of in the world that included airports in its stimulus activities. We also worked hard to waive the local match requirement, and maybe most importantly, our 3-year education and lobbying effort on the alternative minimum tax waiver helped us achieve a long-term goal in airport funding by exempting bonds from the AMT penalty for the next 2 years, along with the ability to refund some bonds. This has led to almost $5 billion in new bonds being sold. That's new activity and new jobs at our airports. And I think it's fair to say that the Obama administration looks at that as a real success story in the stimulus package. We also continue to work hard to fight to retain the current aircraft rescue and firefighting standards at airports. This has been a multi-year effort. We've been working on this for several years to communicate with our position to the Hill and the administration that there's no need to change the existing regulations. ACI North America remains the go-to source for critical information about airports, whether it's the well-respected Capital Needs Survey, to our financial benchmarking survey with key economic data, our salary survey. Government officials, the media, and airport officials know that if you want information on the industry, contact ACI North America. We're also working very hard on a variety of security issues. We work closely with TSA and the folks on the Hill to further rationalize security at our airports, and we're pleased with the partnership we have to do that, although I think that's going to be an ongoing issue for as long as any of us are involved in the industry. What all these things have in common is that we did all this with the active participation of you, all of our members out there. Without your strong membership involvement on ARF, on PFCs, on bonds, on security, and all the other issues we work on, None of this would have been possible. Moving forward, we will finish FAA reauthorization. We will. It's critical that this be the last short-term extension. Next Gen, as we've already heard, remains a priority. We've worked hard to ensure that airports have a place at the table because Next Gen begins and ends at airports. The environment is also taking center stage this year. The Environmental Protection Agency has proposed some rules on de-icing and effluent limit guidelines. We've been working on this issue for several years. We're working closely with the airlines and our industry partners to educate the EPA and the Office of Management and Budget on the practical problems that need to be considered. The regulations are unworkable right now, and we're going to do everything we can to change that. We're going to dedicate staff time, resources, the financial resources to make that happen. And we'll be working with you on formal comments that will be submitted to EPA jointly with AAA and perhaps even with the airlines at the end of the year. We're working hard to improve the service we offer for our Canadian members, including committee work, conference agendas, and analytical capability. We're working very closely with ACI World and Angela and her wonderful staff on a number of important global airport issues, including airport economics, environment, pandemic planning, which has been a real key issue this year, and a wonderful partnership on that one, security and the facilitation of passengers. The partnership, as I said, we had with Angela and her staff, and with our counterparts in the other 4 ACI regions around the world, is an effective tool in amplifying the global voice of airports. The past and future success of ACI North America's work on behalf of airports is due largely to our dedicated staff in Washington, but much of the credit goes to you, our members. Your guidance and expertise on the issues, your participation in meetings, and your willingness to pick up the phone and write letters to your congressmen and senators and the regulators and everybody else is key to keeping us on a successful path throughout the year. For this, we thank you, and we look forward to another great year of serving you. Now I'd like to acknowledge and bring to the podium our host, Jim Smith, Executive Director of the wonderful airport here in Austin. Jim started his career actually